It's time for bookkeeping, beer, and BS. We talk about labor market a lot, and that's not by accident. It's because, and I talk about this all the time, like that is the linchpin to scaling a business. I can look at all of our bookkeeping clients, I can look at all of our companies, and the number one like correlation between a good, successful scaling business is that they have a good, successful workforce. Anybody that's having capacity issues is not scaling a business. It's impossible to scale a business with capacity issues. It never has been the case, at least for our businesses, that a business of ours shrunk or just couldn't grow because of marketing. It's always been because of where our leadership was poor and we didn't have the people that we needed. So I say all that because I just want to stress the fact that it's not an accident that we always are going to be talking about labor markets. My data shows that is by far the most important thing to scaling a business is to be really good at recruiting, be really good at culture, be really good at leadership. Those are the levers to pull to scale a business. Shawn's our master recruiter. Shawn, what's the labor market look like? And coming down, it's September 15th. It's like 3 months left of the year really here. What do we need to be thinking about for kind of making our last, hires of the year?
Well, there's a whole bunch of stuff going on. There's some economic indicators that came out. There's unemployment is finally creeping up a little bit. It jumped up. It's been kind of leveled off at 3.6 there for like 4 months in a row. It bumped up to about 3.7, which doesn't sound like a lot, but that's actually a pretty significant jump when you look at the graph and when you just look at the history of unemployment rates and when they move. So when you're real steady and then it jumps a point up to 3.7 from 3.5-ish, 3.6, that's pretty significant. And being that we're, sort of kind of maybe in a recession, and typically what happens is the unemployment rate starts to go up pretty steadily and pretty quickly when that recession's about to really take hold. And so I think we're kind of looming around there. I don't think there's anything to stress out about. It's almost assured that the Fed's going to bump up interest rates again, 0.75%.
I was going to say the last comment I saw from them was basically like, F you all, and interest rates are going up. Like that, they might as well have just said it like that. Like, F you all, your interest rates.
They kind of did.
Yeah. Well, they coined this new phrase I've never heard of called transactional inflation, which they were completely wrong on. And inflation's been here now over 12 months and just completely wrong on it. Yesterday, inflation was up again. The CPI came out yesterday. It's still a problem. The government's spending more money than ever, which is, I don't even want to go there. And so there's nothing that indicates that the prices of shit are going to steady or come down. There's just nothing. Consumer spending is still, maintaining. It's not going down. It's not dropping. I think it's tomorrow, they've got some retail sales out that should help us see. Because once consumer spending starts to slow down, then we're gonna see the labor market loosen up. And I think, like I said before, and I've said it time and time again, if we can get a nice soft landing, it's going to be go time for businesses because the demand's still kind of going to be there, especially if you're, most of us have quite a bit of affluent clients there that this recession right now isn't even phasing them, right?
Yeah, it's not crippling our businesses. Nobody that I talk to is like, oh my God, I can't find any clients. They still come to me and say, oh my God, I can't find any employees, so I can't grow my business. Right. But nobody's coming to me saying I can't find any clients.
Yep. And right now, the labor market is still extremely tight. It is. If I look at one of the things I look at, and we talked about on the webinar, Dan and I did last week, I think it was, or the week before, whatever it was. We talked about
like Thursday the week before we did. We did an exclusive webinar that went like 2 hours of just
2 hours, man. Yeah, we were going. We had a lot of people take a look at that, and I've got a lot of people that came and did a demo. Probably close to 10 people already, and I've got some lingering this week. But and a lot. The weird thing was they all stayed for the whole 2 hours. I mean, like one person dropped off, and I was like, what?
Yeah.
Well, I was ready to drop off. I didn't want to listen to anymore. I thought, shit. But the labor market's still tight. So if I do that, and I'm sold more than ever on doing the research in your labor market, because I've been doing a ton of research labor reports in different parts of the country, and it's just amazing when I start digging deep into some things on how how you can start to see little tactics and strategies that'll work really well on certain things. I can tell who's got the most application flow based on who's out investing you. Who's out investing you for clicks to get more application flow. That's something I can tell you.